Welcome to our IC Tales listener. Hope you all are having a great time and welcome to you too. Today we have with us Vidhya Thakkar. She's amongst India's top book bloggers. From author interviews to book reviews, lifestyle content to poetry, she has worked with more than 700 authors. She is the founder of Mumbai Bookstagram and Sudha Moti's fan club. Welcome Vidya, how are you doing?
Thank you so much. I am doing great. How are you? How was your
I,
long weekend?
it was great. It was all Ganpat and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to start with, what was your starting point? How did you fall in love with books? How did you start blogging?
So, blogging, it was like I was a blogger since I was in college. So,
Yeah.
I used to write poetries and my life experiences on a Google blog, and like I used to just share everything I felt. And it was like I was that shy girl in college who was in pages and who used to just write and be that in the
Oh,
corner. So one fine day my friend discovered that I write. So she told the whole class that okay, she's a
oh,
blogger, and that's how my journey started. So I started blogging in 2014 itself. Then when it comes to books, so it is always said a breakup with best friend hurts the most. So
right.
something similar happened with me, and I parted ways with my best friend,
Oh,
and
that's
I
sad.
became, yes, and I became friends with books. So
I can
in
say the most
20,
loyal friendship you have.
yes. So like in 2016, I guess 2015 or 2016, I started reading. And I used to bring books on rent.
Hmm.
So I did not have books at my place. I used to go there. The uncle there used to suggest me like, okay, read this book. You will like this book. So I started my journey that way. I
Okay.
still remember the first book that I read was The One You Cannot Have by Preeti Shinoy and The Secret.
Oh,
So
yeah.
these are the two books that I started my journey with, and it was like the most loyal friend I could get. And I used to finish book in a day, and next day I would go to uncle and uncle, I'm here to return your book now.
Oh,
Suggest me next book. So I was that much into reading. And since I was taking books on rent, I used to write down the quotes and whatever I liked from the book in my diary. So,
yeah.
like, I still have that diary which has all the 80 books, names of all the 80 books that I had read during that time.
Wow.
Yes. Then one fine day, I was traveling and I just clicked a picture of a book, and I was going to upload it on Instagram. So while uploading, I learned the hashtag called as Bookstagram.
Yeah.
That made me curious. So, what is Bookstagram all about? And I decided to do some research on it once I was back. And when I started researching, like, what does Bookstagram mean?
Hmm.
That's when I came to know that okay, book blogging is something related to where you share your book recommendations, book reviews, and how you like the book, something related to that. And I was like, okay, let me try this. Like, there is nothing, no harm in sharing what I felt about the book. So I had an account, like I was a photographer back then, so I had an account with hardly 50 followers. So I was like, let me just add book reviews there itself. And that's when I posted the pictures of the books that I had read, and I started connecting with other bloggers. So my friend, the Liquid Sunset, she's Akriti. She suggested me like, Vidya, you should change your name, and that's how out of nowhere Reader with was born.
Yeah. And she has been doing an
And
exceptional job.
yeah, like I never planned anything like this in my life. So I just did it out of fun, just to share what I feel. And all I already had an active blog, so I was like, okay, let me add this review there as well. And then soon I started adding reviews regularly. I started connecting with more people in the community. And after 7, 8 months, I started working with publishers and authors. So earlier, my parents were like, you are spending a lot of money in
Yeah.
books and all. And then one fine day, a doorbell rang and there came books. So my parents are
Oh.
like, did you order book again? I'm like, no, publisher has sent me these books for review. And I explained them like, this is what I did. I just pitched them and they wanted me to review their books, and so they sent me. They're like, no, they're like, okay. And then it
That's
started.
great. So, your goal is to drive more attention to the Indian literature. So, what makes Indian literature so special, so exceptional?
So, Indian literature, what makes Indian literature exceptional is the emotions.
Okay.
You can feel that emotion in a book written by Indian author, and that is something we could all relate to. Like I remember I read Sudha Murthy's House of Cards, and the way she described how that protagonist came back to her parents' place and was swinging. So that relationship, that family involvement, that family values, you can find it in Indian literature.
Yeah,
And
you're
that is
right.
something I love. Like I read books that has uh Indian ceremonies, like wedding
Hmm.
ceremonies, the small little bonds, like be it a brother sister duo or a connection between grandmother and children. You can find all these things in Indian literature, and I feel those books brings us back to our roots more.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're a,
Yeah,
as you said, you're a huge fan of Sudha Murthy, and you have even
yeah,
founded a club for her. So, what can you name a few ideologies of her that everyone should adapt in their lives?
simplicity. Like
Yeah.
the way, like in simple language, she expresses the situations in her books is something I really love. Secondly, value in relationship. It is not that it is always about love. There
Yeah.
are other relationships too that you have to give value to, like be it a relationship with a mother or a family member all together.
Correctly. Correctly.
But valuing a relationship is something I really idolize. Then third thing would be to do what you love. That is the thing I learned from her books. Like you need to take that one step for yourself, even if you are living for other things, but that one step you have to take for yourself. And
That's
another
great.
thing, the last thing that I learned from her book is you always live for others, but don't forget to live for yourself too.
Yes. Correctly. Correctly. That is great. So, is it true that to be a good writer, you have to be a keen reader too?
I don't feel so. Honestly, I always believe you write for yourself and not for others. We
Hmm.
all have stories in us and we want to express those stories. So you write more for yourself and not for others. So it doesn't matter if you read or if you write, a good story works anyways.
Oh, that is great. Because I used to think that the more you read, the more you get inspiration from others. That I think that is the one part of it, but
Yeah. But sometimes after you write and then you read, that will give you a feedback.
yeah, correct,
So,
correct.
like we are bloggers, we write our articles, but the first draft is always the exceptional, I would say.
Yeah,
But when
correct.
you go to that first draft and you read that first draft, you will see, okay, this is how far I have come.
Right, right. So how do you tackle creative blocks?
Well, when it comes to creative block, I just pause for a while. I take a break, not from Instagram because Instagram is something I cannot go off. Like, be it my blog or website or Instagram, I cannot stay away from them. But usually, I just go for a walk, or I talk to my friends what all I can do more. I take their feedbacks, how can I improve here. And at times I just randomly post,
Yeah.
and that helps me get back to that creativity. And when it comes to reading, I reread my favorite book, or I pick up a light read, a poetry or something that will help me get back to reading. Like, no, literally September had been that month for me where I, like, there were that, no, death had happened in my family, so there were so many things going on, so I took a break from Instagram for a week. That was the longest I stayed away from Instagram, I would say, in
Because on
last 7 years.
Instagram,
Uh,
yeah, it is like if you're out of sight, you're out of mind of people.
no,
We cannot afford a break from Instagram.
correct. And not a, but I needed break for myself,
Yeah,
honestly. At times, the burnout is so much that you just don't want to go back to anything, be it website, be it Instagram.
yeah,
But yeah, that helps me. That break literally helped me in getting back. And like now, if I see, I am doing great in my work.
that is great. So a break is
So
necessary.
it is necessary because no, whenever you feel that burnout, I would say don't work in burnout. It will hamper your creativity.
Rightly said. So that we have seen that often movie adoptions of few mo books fail to impress the audience. Why is that so?
Well, when it comes to movies, I am not a movie person, honestly. And so I have not seen any movies really, like adaptations. I don't think I have seen any movies right now for which were adapted. But
Okay,
when it comes to movies, I can say book, be it book or be it movie, both are a piece of art.
okay,
So,
yeah,
keep them separately and enjoy them. Both of them have their own ways to entertain you. So rather than, judging that thing, you should enjoy that thing.
rightly put. I think you're also reading Bhagavad Gita right now at the moment.
Yes.
So
I'm
what
reading
have you
Bhagavad
learned?
Gita.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I just started yesterday. So I'm still at the introduction part. But there is a thing that I learned today is I won't be able to, I don't know, I don't have a picture as well right now of that. If you
Okay,
want, I can take Gita and I can tell you. But
sure, sure.
that line, so give me a second. I'll just get back that Gita. 1 minute. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is Gita. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'm
it's
just at
absolutely.
the introduction part right now. I have read hardly 30 pages or 18 pages. It is so tough.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay. So it says what is but the Lord, being the supreme, is never affected. That is the difference between the supreme Lord and small individual soul. What is this consciousness? This consciousness is I am. Then what am I? In contaminated consciousness, I am means I am the Lord of all I survey. I am the enjoyer. The world revolves because every living being thinks that he is the god and the creator of material world. One is that I am the creator and other is that I am the enjoyer. But actually Supreme Lord is both the creator and the enjoyer, and the living entity being part and parcel of the Supreme Lord is neither the creator nor the enjoyer but a cooperator.
Okay. I understood a bit, honestly.
Okay, so like it says that human being feels that they are the creator and they are the
Hmm.
enjoyer, and they feel they are supreme God. But no, there is only one supreme God, and the individual is nor a creator nor an enjoyer, but a cooperator
Yeah,
who enjoys whatever the creator creates.
that is beautiful.
So I have just started reading, but I've also I'm reading Shiv Puran as well. I started it
Oh,
2 months.
What is it about those spiritual books, like such books like Bhagavad Gita or Shiva Puran that?
I don't know, but I just felt like going to it, and I'm just doing it. So we do, no, we have a Lalan at our place, Laddu Gopal at our place. So we do puja
Oh,
every day. And Shiv Puran had been a complete calling. Like I started it 2 months back in the month of Shravan, and I've read almost
yeah.
500 pages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it comes in three parts. But I just inclined towards spiritual books, I would say. Like the last book that I read, that is becoming, it was again a spiritual journey. I started reading Bhagavad Gita. So I don't know, it is just happening and I'm going with the flow.
Great. So next question might be how to be an active reader, because sometimes we read something and we get highly influenced by it and we forget that that was my core belief and we forget our core belief system. So how to not be influenced by something yet get inspired by it?
Honestly, that is something that is in our hands. That is in
Yeah,
our control. Like you should know where to draw a line.
right,
That is the only thing I can say, because when I read, spiritual books, but it is like we can't follow everything. So when I
right.
started reading Shiv Puran, it has many rules and regulations, but I knew I won't be able to follow them all. So I have a group, like we three friends are reading the Shiv Puran together, and
Okay.
they asked me that will you follow the rules? I'm like, no, I won't be able to follow the rules. Like it says that you have to read this chapter in 3 days and all. I'm like, I won't be able to do that. But I am here for that knowledge. So I'm
Yeah,
absorbing whatever I'm getting from it. So I
right,
feel that is something up to you, how much you want to take from that book and how much you want to just, let go.
right. So what advice would you like to give someone who has just started blogging and wants to pursue a career as a blogger?
Well, if you want to start blogging, one of the most important thing is to have patience. It took me almost 9 years as a blogger to reach here and 7 years as a bookstagrammer to reach here. Now it's easy with ads and everything, but back then it was difficult.
Right.
So have patience. Secondly, write for yourself and not for others. So no, when I started this blog is my online diary. That's why no
Yeah,
one
correct.
knew about this blog. I just used to write all the poems that things that I felt and just published it so that I don't lose the thoughts. That was my only thing. And
Yeah,
even on Instagram today as well, I share what I feel. I express what I feel.
right.
Because if you don't do that, you won't enjoy this journey. Then I don't think it matters. So
Yeah,
if you want to be a blogger, write for yourself, express yourself, and be honest there. Your online personality should not be different from what you are in life,
yeah,
because that is the cheating you will be doing with yourself.
right, exactly.
So have patience and take feedbacks. That is the most important thing I have learned. Take feedbacks, take ideas to improve and experiment.
Yeah,
Because if you won't experiment, you won't know what is working for you and what is not working for you.
correct.
And most importantly, find your niche. So when it comes to niche, I would say, like, if you want to blog about books, then
Yeah,
add 80% about books, but 20% you can add something different as well, because
yeah,
audience get bored with one thing. They need
right.
something different, relatable to your niche. So plan your blog first, plan your journey, plan your things, and then start. Because now, like during my time, it was like I never planned anything, it just went. But if you are keen that you want to make a career in blogging, then you need a solid plan. And the first step would be to start a blog or a website. You can't be an Instagram creator only.
Yeah, correct.
No, I suggest everyone this thing, like always have a website or a blog, because that is your own property. What if Instagram shuts off one day? What you will do? What will YouTube,
Right.
shuts off after
Agreed.
6 p.m.? but that website is your property. You are maintaining it, you are growing it, you are building it, and you are pausing it. Like you are the owner of that thing.
Yeah, correct.
So it is necessary to have a website. And right now, it is very much necessary with all the changing algorithms and everything.
Hmm. So lastly, can you leave us with your hashtag positive everyday quote?
So, hashtag positive everyday quote would be go through what you go through. Like grow
Right.
through what you go
Okay.
through, sorry. And the trouble is, you think you have a lot of time. So, do what you feel, express what you want to write. It's okay. It will take time to grow, but it will grow eventually. So, take your time, do it, and have fun in your journey.
That's correct. Thank you so much. It was lovely
Yeah.
talking to you. I think you have created many bibliophiles today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Uh,
Pleasure talking.
it was pleasure talking to you too. And that's all our IC Tales viewers. We'll keep coming up with such amazing content. Till then, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great day, everyone.